Good morning, folks. Quickly sharing what stopped me in my tracks out the door to work yesterday. I didn't plan him, but he's welcome to stay. This doesn't even do justice to his fire orange color. Okay, good article I have linked for you below. Massive star formation inside a collapsing gas cloud, apparently not nearly as tumultuous as experts had anticipated. This relatively eerie calm to the stellar birth. Top quake of the day, the 6.2 that struck Japan, part of a 20 tremor uptick that hit a small volcanic island. Did ring as high as 6.5 and 6.4 on some charts, but the USGS has settled on a magnitude of 5.7. In New South Wales, a strange flesh-eating disease is ravaging oyster colonies near the Hawkesbury River and Port Stevens. In Utah, thousands of birds became disoriented and crashed onto iced-over streets and parking lots. A few will live, but most died or had to be euthanized from injury. My favorite buoy is back in event mode. This day's deviation is nothing to worry about. We're just always keeping an eye out. As you can see here, the before and after the buoy was shut off for a few months. No readings on here are disputed. When it was taken offline, it was said that the anomalous readings appeared to show a slow but constant seafloor rise. At this point, the seafloor is about 1,000 meters closer to the surface under this location than it was about a year ago. South of Australia, you see cold Antarctic air trying to meet Tasmania. High pressure does the counterclockwise drive in the southern hemisphere, bringing the Antarctic north. Meanwhile, some more rain in store for New Zealand. Watch this spinning low jump across the UK. These lows create major wind events just like in the US. In fact, most of the watches north of the Mediterranean are for wind and coastal alert. Watch the convergence identified for the past 2 days, exploding cloud cover on the Midwest and creating major storms. The extended low pressure is very powerful despite being a slender bloke, stretching watch zones across a huge portion of the US today. With the hard counterclockwise drive on that thin extended low, ends up resembling more of a lineman's collision than a swirling helix. And that's another reason it will be brutal tonight. As I go around the world a bit, remember, this is no substitute for your local forecast. You will need to keep aware. Click the links provided to you, and that goes double today. For the US watch zone, we expect nothing fun to come of that storm. Cosmic ray density, specifically on the neutron monitor, is on the rise, but this is not an event from the galaxy or beyond. It's an event of our star. Just as a few days ago, a CME plasma cloud dropped the readings when acting as another protective field as it surrounded Earth. We now have solar wind speed dropping below 300 kilometers per second without any higher than normal density, and the natural solar field protecting us from galactic radiation is fading just as the Sun and Earth's magnetic fields are slowly fading over time. The slow wind is no better for Earth's system than the fast wind. Inductions have begun. Sunspots are in decay and turning away from Earth. Our best bet to see a flare is a departing shot as one turns the limb. So we know that Mars and the Sun are conjoined today as seen from the Earth. We're here on the JPL orbital diagram for Ceres 1. The Mars-solar conjunction is just an appetizer of geocentricity, as Mercury and Uranus are also set to conjoin in the heavens. Last but not least, Earth will pass directly between Venus and Saturn. All while this large coronal opening turns ever closer to face Earth. You can see on the GOES SXI, the dark on the left, just how big this thing is. Got some shots of our star to close, a few minor pops but no major Earth-directed eruptions. Eyes open. No fear, it's 6:25 a.m. Eastern Time and that's the news. Be safe, everyone.